What is the equation for photosynthesis? CO2 plus H2O minus greater than O2 plus C6H12O6. Products is on the right, reactants is on the left. What can affect the rate of photosynthesis? Parentheses, limiting factors. Answer is the amount of CO2, H2O, light, and temperature. Okay, draw and label a chloroplast organelle. The outer membrane's on the very outside. The inner membrane is the line inside of that. The pronotum is the 3 balls, and then the stroma is the open space inside. Leaves contain the most chloroplast. What conclusion can you make about the rate of photosynthesis in the leaves compared to the rest of the plant? The rate of photosynthesis in the leaves will be higher than the rest of the plant because they have more chloroplasts. Through which part of the leaf does CO2 does CO2 enter and O2 exit? Where is it located on the leaf? CO2 enters and O2 exits through the stroma, which is on the underside of the leaf. Leaves may close these small openings when it is hot or dry to conserve water. What would it increase or decrease the rate, or would this increase or decrease the rate of photosynthesis? And the amount of CO2 entering the leaf is decreased. If the amount of CO2 entering the leaf is decreased, the rate of photosynthesis will decrease. Here, I'll reread that. If the amount of CO2 entering the leaf is decreased, the rate of photosynthesis will decrease as well. Explain the role of the pigment chlorophyll in plants. What is its function? Where is it found? Why is it green? Pigments absorb light. Chlorophyll absorbs all colors of light except green. It looks green because it reflects green light and is found in the chloroplast. Why are accessory pigments beneficial for plants? Accessory pigments absorb green light from plants because they are not green pigments. How do plants get water? Draw a picture. Draw the water vapor leaves through the stroma under the leaves. Draw roots and draw a tube that the water travels up to capillary action. Label the following diagram of the 2 phases of photosynthesis. The sunlight, H2O, CO2, then ATP, NAD, pH, and the Galvin cycle. The Galvin cycle is on the right in the right box. The name of phase, light-dependent phase, is in the left box. O2 is below the left box. C6H12O6 is in the right box below it. Can photosynthesis happen in the dark? Explain your answers. The light-dependent reaction cannot, but the light-independent reaction can, because it does not require light. What are 3 parts of an ATP molecule? Adenine, ribose, and 3 phosphates. What supplies the energy needed to convert ADP to ATP, photosynthesis, or respiration? And the answer is respiration. BTB is an indicator solution used to test CO2 concentration. What conclusion can you draw if the solution changed from blue to yellow? What process is taking place? The amount of CO2 has increased. Write an equation for cellular respiration. Label the reactants and products. O2 plus C6H12O6 minus greater than CO2 plus H2O plus ATP, and then below the O2 is reactants, and then below the H2O is products. What organelle does cellular respiration occur in? Answer is mitochondria. Why are fermentation and glycolysis anaerobic process to which they do take place? Answer, they are anaerobic because they do not need oxygen, and they take place because of they take place in the cytoplasm. Number 20. Does anaerobic respiration make as much energy as aerobic cellular respiration? Why or why not? No, because anaerobic respiration only produces 2 ATP because it does not use the Krebs cycle or the electron transport chain, and so it makes up 36 ATP less than aerobic respiration. What organisms are most likely to carry out anaerobic respiration? Prokaryotes or eukaryotes? Why not? Why or why not? Prokaryotes, like yeast, use fermentation, which is a form of anaerobic respiration. If you wanted to increase the rate of cellular respiration, what might you do? Increase the reactants O2 and C6H12O6. Breaking bonds in glucose molecules does what? It releases energy, ATP. Where does lactic acid fermentation occur, and what does it cause? It occurs in the cytoplasm, and it causes muscle fatigue. Where does alcohol fermentation occur, and what does it produce? It occurs in yeast and other microorganisms, and it produces alcohol. How are the cellular respiration and photosynthesis almost opposite processes? The reactants of cellular respiration are the products of photosynthesis, and the reactants of photosynthesis are products of respiration. Cellular respiration. What organelles do plants and animals share in common? Cell membrane, ribosomes, nucleus, mitochondria. What organisms do only plants have? Cell walls and chloroplasts. What are 3 stages of cellular respiration? Which one produces the most ATP? Greedy ants keep eating our Oreos. Glycolysis, anaerobic. Krebs cycle uses oxygen. Electron transport chain uses oxygen. The electron transport chain produces the most ATP, 34. That's it. You're welcome.